of the possible troop reduction at Fort Riley and a look at how budget cuts could affect you.
But first, let's take a look at the weather outside with our weatherman, Alec Gardner. Alec?
Thanks, Reagan. Right now it's about 37 degrees out here with a wind chill of only 28. I'll have your 5-day forecast and a look at the weekend weather later on in the show.
This is Channel 8 News, KKSU LP. For Manhattan and Riley County. From Kansas State University, this is Channel 8 News.
Welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Reagan Porter.
And I'm Natalie Otto. Coming up on today's show, we have extensive coverage of Fort Riley's public forum.
We'll also be providing Valentine's Day ideas, and later we'll have a visit from the Tap Ensemble in this week's weather forecast. But first, Riley County Police Department responded to a complaint of a suspicious package in the median of Seth Child Road and Kimball Avenue. The package was found to be improvised and explosive, constructed from household items, including fireworks. No further information has been released.
Kansas State Police say another suspicious package was found inside Bramlage Coliseum during the men's basketball game against Texas University last Saturday. Police determined that the bag was not a threat after members of the Kansas Highway Patrol K-9 bomb team examined the contents. After further inspection, the package was revealed to be a flashlight wrapped in duct tape.
Stephen Horde of Randolph, Kansas died on Monday after an accidental gunshot wound to the head. According to the Riley County Police Department, Horde was walking through a wooded area near his home when he accidentally tripped and fatally shot himself.
City of Manhattan employee William Wisk died after being trapped in dirt and mud when a trench collapsed. He had been repairing a water main when the trench collapsed on him. The Riley County Police Department responded to an emergency call Friday night. Wisk was found near the intersection of Scenic Drive and Fossil Ridge in Manhattan. He was taken to Mercy Regional Health Center, where he was pronounced dead due to his injuries.
The Riley County Police Department conducted a drug investigation throughout Manhattan neighborhoods. Detectives obtained search warrants around Kearney, Leavenworth, and McCall Road and confiscated 14 pounds of marijuana, along with half a pound of methamphetamine, over 2,000 prescription pills, 5 firearms, and $51,000 in cash. The total estimated street value for all the items that were seized was over $170,000. Grant Hamill, Taylor Beck, Catherine Wen, and Tyler Trout were all arrested in connection with this incident.
You may have to dig a little deeper into your pockets this year.
Money is not the only thing that's tight for you, but it's also tight for the state as well.
And a tight wallet for the state means an even tighter wallet for us at home. Channel 8 News reporter Katie Johnston joins us to explain what we can expect in the near future.
Thank you, Reagan and Natalie. K-State students may see higher tuition rates once again. Governor Brownback recently announced that secondary and higher education budgets will be taking cuts during this fiscal year. Any math major understands that 2% is a very small number, but could have very large consequences. Governor Sam Brownback recently announced his plan to cut $44.5 million from the state's educational budget. Schools across the state have until March 7th to make the cuts.
The dollar amount that we're going to see as a budget cut is $85,000. That is significant, particularly in the middle of a budget year.
We tried not to have any budget allocations for education, but then when the sales tax receipts came in less this month, we thought we've got to do this.
The cuts left districts across Kansas struggling to find solutions to the middle year loss. Manhattan-Ogden Superintendent Dr. Robert Shannon released a statement on USD 383 website telling everyone that the district has to cut $319,705.
We want to make sure we minimize impact on students, and we want to make sure we minimize impact on the whole surrounding areas.
You know, what it is right now is we just didn't have the receipts coming in this year that we expected. They made the estimate. It hasn't come in. Sales tax receipts were up nearly 2%, but they projected they'd be up over 4%.
And the bottom line is the students today, or in the next couple of years, will not get the same education that students in the past received. Their futures, the education we can provide to help them become citizens in the future is going to be reduced.
Most districts in Kansas have reserve funds that allow them extra money when they fall short. However, many schools have been digging into those funds for years.
Thank you, Katie. Education isn't the only area that may be experiencing changes. The future of Fort Riley is at stake, and a listening session was held for the community on Monday.
Channel 8 reporter Zaldi DeUnion joins us live at Fort Riley via NBC Stringwire to tell us more about the event. Actually, Zaldi, we are having technical difficulties, so we will not be able to get it out to Zaldi.
The benefits for volunteering for the younger kids, for the middle school kids especially, I think it's really just fun and it's experience with animals that you don't get all the time.
I'm Michael.
I'm Maureen.
May. And we're four of the members of On the Spot Improv Club. We do everything improvised.
Completely live.
We're so good at group thing. We all just say a word and everyone will know what I'm thinking.
Cannibal. If you change your word, then we don't know what you're talking about.
Improvise.
Okay. One more time. Ribbon. I don't understand how am I supposed to know what you guys are going to think?
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Natalie Otto.
And I'm Regan Porter. A possible downsize to Fort Riley would affect not only the base, but also surrounding businesses in Manhattan.
Channel 8 News reporter Mary Claire Cunningham is here to give us a closer look at how one local business and its friends could be affected.
Thank you, Regan and Natalie. We spoke with business owner Vincent Lombardi. He's a small local business, I was just asking him how much this decision could affect his store.
The size of the Army has been a crucial topic that has been looming over Manhattan business owners. Business owner Vincent Lombardi has not ignored the impact it could have on Manhattan Reptile World. Nearly half of his customers are soldiers or their families.
Well, approximately 50% of our customers are soldiers.
Manhattan Reptile World carries a wide variety of reptiles, anything from turtles and snakes to crocodilians and amphibians. The future of Fort Riley soldiers could change the future for some of these reptiles.
Reptiles are, in the last 10 years, have taken off as a standard pet. And bearded dragons are the third most popular pet now in America. It goes dogs, cats, bearded dragons. And so we sell a lot of bearded dragons, and a lot of our pets that we sold, honestly, was stuff that could be hidden by soldiers or stuff that would stay out of the bureaucracy's radar.
With only 4 years at the Manhattan location, Reptile World is fairly new. This could be good news for the business since they don't know where their true market lies.
Obviously, we hope that politicians will work to keep soldiers here, but we're just going to have to push harder. We're still a fairly new business, so that's a bonus. We don't really know what our true market potential is yet.
The reptiles they sell become more and more of a standard pet in homes each year. Though they may have to make a couple of business changes, Lombardi is hopeful that their presence in Manhattan and surrounding areas will grow stronger.
Thanks, Mary Claire. Now we have Zaldi DeUnion back with us. He'll join us live.
The U.S. Army are going. And that includes here. We're up to 16,000 soldiers. Meaning a lot of the residents are uncertain about what their future holds. The U.S. Army are going through personnel reductions, and that
cheers, applause, and hope filled the Geary County Convention Center.
My name's Jim Stingham. I'm a big Red One soldier.
Legislators, community leaders, and even residents pleaded their case to U.S. Army officials, all with one mission in mind: to keep the soldiers at Fort Riley.
Ever optimistic and fighting, and that's what we're doing here. We are one, the Big Red One. Thank you.
Fort Riley is one of 30 installations in the country facing downsizing.
Fort Riley is not just an economic stimulus, it's part of our family, and so in essence they're trying to take part of our family away.
Aaron Oppel is the president of the Aggieville Business Association. And though these reductions might impact his relationships with his Fort Riley friends, he's also concerned how the city of Manhattan will be impacted.
All economic activity in this region would be dramatically affected. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot.
Oppel's not the only one that feels this way.
I hate to use the word devastating, but it would be a terrible economic impact on the region.
Kansas leaders are confident, however, in the importance of Fort Riley.
This place has significant investment in capital, in housing, in health care, and in education.
And the attendance shows how important the Big Red One is to the community.
When you look around and see everybody is here, this shows the support that we do have for Fort Riley.
Technology changes our lives on what seems like a daily basis. Citizen journalism is about to take a new twist.
NBC Universal Television is beginning a new partnership with the Kansas State University Journalism School. That partnership involves StringWire.
StringWire is a new free app that can be downloaded on any mobile device. Anybody with the app can record a video and post it to StringWire's site for anyone to see.
Kansas State University has begun using this app for live remote reporting during Channel 8 newscasts. The Fort Riley listening session was our first broadcast using StringWire to share information with the community.
Reporter Alyssa Lally joins us in the studio now. She is going to chat with director and creator Phil Gorman. Alyssa?
Thanks, Reagan, and thank you, Phil, for being with us today. As you can see, I have my StringWire app set up right here in the studio. So, Phil, how did you come up with the idea for StringWire? What problems did you hope to solve?
Thank you. I mean, so the question, the question is how did I come up with StringWire? You know, what problem were we trying to solve? Well, I think, StringWire was developed out of an understanding that there's breaking stories that are happening across the world. So the question, all of these breaking stories are within a short distance of somebody with a smartphone. How did I come up with StringWire? Which radically changes the way that stories can be told. Instead of outside observers, was developed being out of an understanding that sent to become breaking stories that are happening across the world. Eyewitnesses that are there. All of these breaking stories are within a short distance of somebody with a smartphone. Direct access, which radically changes the way that stories can be told. Instead of outside observers, in a far quicker and a far more authentic manner, sent to become witnesses to stories. The platform and eyewitnesses that are there, they demonstrate an authentic voice. Is a great way for young journalists direct access to the channels. Like so what we're trying to do is to be able to cover breaking news at a very low cost, quicker and to be able to move video simply from smartphones, but also back to the studio and to be able to manage multiple shots in demonstrating is a great way for young journalists and channels like yourself to be able to, at a very low cost, to be able to move video simply from smartphones back to a studio and to be able to manage multiple shots in real time. The interview is being conducted over chat.
All right, well, thank you so much for being with us here today, Phil. We are very excited to start using StringWire here at Channel 8. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have a look into this year's Season of Love.
Channel 8 News, I'm Reagan Porter.
And I'm Natalie Otto.
Valentine's Day is coming up fast, and students, staff, and businesses are preparing.
Channel 8 News reporter Lindsay Rhodes is here to tell us about the struggle of trying to keep your special Valentine happy.
Thanks, Natalie. Reagan. It sure can be tough. Love is in the air, and the big day is this Saturday. Local businesses and K-State students are in the middle of the crunch period.
Flowers and greeting cards. It's no surprise if you give or receive these gifts on February 14th. But for local business Acme Gifts, selling hundreds of flower bouquets is a given every season.
We sell quite a few cards the first 2 weeks leading up to it, and then the few days before Valentine's Day, the phone rings off the hook for flower orders and deliveries.
Selling flowers is what Acme Gifts is all about. Buying is what students are trying to figure out.
This Valentine's Day I'm going out with my boyfriend. We got each other little gifts, and then we're going to go to Chipotle because it's the cheapest and most delicious.
Well, I'm single, so most likely I'm probably going to get flowers from Acme because I think they have the best flowers. So for my mom.
Just celebrate with my roommate. Our birthdays are kind of close to each other, so just kind of celebrate.
I don't have anything to do. I'm from a different country, so my boyfriend's in another country, so just gonna be a lonely day.
The tradition dates back centuries when Romans celebrated a holiday called Lupercalia.
Eventually, the tradition spread to England and then to the U.S., resulting in America's $20 billion Valentine's Day industry.
Honestly, just spending alone time with that person would be enough. I don't really need to spend money.
I know it stems from Catholic tradition, but I think marketers really took advantage of it just to make more money.
In the end, Valentine's Day is all about your significant others.
It's really fun to help other people who also hated Valentine's Day get excited about it.
It's important to share love, so I think it's good.
It seems like the city is ready for Valentine's Day this year.
Definitely, Reagan. Do you guys have any big plans?
Well, I'm hoping to go out, maybe to the movies, see some surprises in store.
Well, surprises really are a good way to go. And what better way to surprise your significant other than with flowers?
Reporter Tanner Barth is live at Steve's Flower Shop here in Manhattan to show us how employees are preparing. Tanner?
Thanks, Tanner. There really is a lot of preparation that goes into Valentine's Day. Alec, are you buying flowers for anyone special this year?
You know, I don't have any plans yet, but you never know. There's still some time until Valentine's Day.
Flowers are a great gift. This weather has been an even better gift. Will this warm weather stick around for Valentine's Day, Alec?
Yeah, like you guys said, it was around 50 degrees yesterday, but it doesn't seem like we're gonna keep it in that temperature. So let's take a look at the national map first. In the Midwest, it looks like it's going to be around 30s to 35 in Kansas City, about 39 in Chicago. Down in LA and Phoenix is about 79 to 83 degrees. Up in the Northwest or the Northeast, it's going to be about 39, and way up in Maine, it's going to be in the 9 degrees, the single digits. For the next national map, you can see how a high pressure and a low pressure system are going to merge on in the Midwest regions, and that's going to put some snow in the Detroit, Michigan areas, but pretty much in the Southwest it's going to be sunny. Florida is going to be sunny, but over us in the Midwest or in the Great Plains, it's going to be partly sunny. For Kansas, you can see that the weather is pretty much similar throughout the state. Not a lot of precipitation. About 38 degrees in Topeka, 40 in Salina, 42 in Wichita, and the further west you go, the hotter temperatures it gets. 47 in Goodland and 48 down in Dodge City. For our 5-day forecast, like I said, it's not very hot today. 39 degrees with a low of 16. For tomorrow, 30 degrees. The high for the rest of the week's 49, and then 30s on the weekend. Back to you guys, Reagan and Natalie.
Thanks, Alec. We'll be sure to bundle up for Valentine's Day this weekend.
And if you don't have any Valentine's Day plans, you can always cheer on the Cats this Saturday as they take on the Oklahoma Sooners. After this short break, we will have Paul Cannon more with On Sports. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Natalie Otto.
And I'm Reagan Porter. The Wildcats had a tough go this past week. The men's basketball team and the Lady Cats had 2 close games, but finished just a little short both times.
Channel 8 News reporter Paul Cannon has more. Paul?
Thanks, ladies. In sports this week, K-State played host to number 25 Texas on Saturday in a blacked-out-themed Bramlage Coliseum. Right out of the gate, Texas goes to the big man Cameron Ridley for the flush. Texas would start the game on a 6-0 run, 11-6 run, to start the game. Isaiah Taylor led the Longhorns with 15 first-half points. K-State got off to a slow start, only making 6 of the first 24 shots. However, an 11-point deficit midway through the first half, Trey Harris got the Wildcats going. Clawing back, Harris hit a pair of threes, including this one assisted by Stephen Hurt to bring the Wildcats back to tie at 27 at half. To start the second half, K-State shows signs of life from guard Javon Thomas, who hit a mid-range jumper to give the Wildcats their only second lead of the game. But back comes Texas as the Wildcats had trouble containing big man Connor Lambert as he goes up for the dunk right here, as K-State loses the game 61-57. Unfortunately, Isaiah Taylor hits a pair of free throws, and that was too much for the Wildcats. Going on to the women's now, the women's game play in Oklahoma last Saturday, fresh off a big win against number 16 Texas. Took on a tough OU team, the Lady Cats sporting their black uniforms right out of the gate. Down 6-2 early, but Kindred Weisman makes a layup for 2 of her 21 points leading the Wildcats. Late in the first half, K-State down 27-23. Haley Tyler makes a layup before the end of regulation to bring the Cats within 2 at half. But in the second half, K-State would take the lead on a Weisman 3, but Peyton Little was too much for the Lady Cats as she finished with 19 points to lead the Lady Sooners as they become victorious over our Lady Cats 66-58. The Lady Cats host TCU tonight at 7 p.m.
Thanks, Paul. Hopefully those Wildcats can get back on their winning streak.
Thanks again, Paul. Stay tuned. After the break, we have a special Valentine's treat.
Non-traditional students are an important piece of K-State heritage. Some of these students are veterans returning back to the civilian population after serving in our armed forces. This can be a troubling time for these veterans. Trying to adjust back to civilian life can be a hard obstacle to overcome. The Veterans Center at K-State helps these students with this transition. Through counseling and other means, these veterans can find the help they need for this transition at the K-State Veterans Center. The center is located on the ground floor of the Student Union just inside Salsaritas.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Reagan Porter.
And I'm Natalie Otto.
Let's take one last look at the weather with weatherman Alec Gardner. How does it look, Alec?
Like I said, guys, the weather in the Midwest, Great Plains region is going to be about mid-30s to high 30s pretty much for the rest of the week. Maybe one exception in the 40s, but it's not going to be very warm for this Valentine's Day weekend. And you might have to bundle up if you're going out. Back to you, Reagan and Natalie.
Thanks, Alec. Well, we're almost out of time for today's show.
You can find Channel 8 News on Facebook at Channel 8 News KSU and at Channel 8 KSU on Twitter.
But before we go, Channel 8 reporter Mary Claire Cunningham has a special performance from the K-State Tap Dance Ensemble.
Thanks, Reagan and Natalie. I'm here with a couple members from Kansas State's Tap Ensemble, and Carolyn here is going to tell us a little bit about what they have for Valentine's Day.
So every year what we do is we go around to classrooms and local businesses as well, and we perform tapagrams for students, loved ones, whoever you would like. And so all what we do is we will go in, surprise the person, and be like, "Happy Valentine's Day, we have a tapagram for you from so-and-so." And this is something that we do every year, including Halloween. We can do birthdays, special occasions, anything you would like. And so to be able to order a tapagram, all what you need to do is find a K-State Tap Dance Ensemble member, or you can go to the k-state.edu/dance website and find the Tap Ensemble tab, and you can order one online.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. I think they're going to perform for us now, so let's see what you guys got.
My name is Cupid Valentino, the modern day Cupid, and I just want to say one thing. Happy Valentine's Day. I don't think y'all heard me. I just want to say Happy Valentine's Day. Can y'all dig that? Now, when the arrows don't penetrate, see.
Thanks, guys. That was an awesome performance. And remember, if you guys want to contact, just get in contact with a Tap Ensemble member. But that's all we have for today. I'm Mary Claire Cunningham with Channel 8 News.